यो नमः ओम सद्गुरु श्री रामानंद परब्रह्मणे नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री शिवानंद परब्रह्मणे नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री शंकर भगवत्पादाचार्य नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री नित्यानंद परब्रह्मणे नमः। ओम सद्गुरु श्री व्यास भट्टारकाय नमः। Atma Namaskars to one and all who have attended the conference. You are all my Guru Swarupa. Today's topic is the 18th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that is Moksha Sannyasa Yogam. This is also very important. Till now, if anybody did not hear the Bhagavad Gita, he can have an comprehensive idea about this Bhagavad Gita if you hear this 18th chapter alone, because it is contains everything, and not only that, there are so many additional points in this 18th chapter. The name of the chapter is Moksha Sannyasa Yogam. Moksha Sannyasa Yogam means yogam dealing with the salvation by renunciation. Salvation by renunciation. And there is another meaning also. The word itself is moksham. The salvation word is also should be renounced. So renunciation of salvation is called again this Moksha Sannyasa Yogam, and there is another meaning is by renunciation you will get salvation. That is the actual, there are two meanings in this. So regarding this 18th chapter, Moksha Sannyasa, Moksha means liberation. Liberation from where? From what? Liberation from bondage, liberation from ignorance, liberation from the wheel of this birth and death cycle. So liberation of this world. So all these put together, this is called Moksha Sannyasa Yogam, liberation. So how to get liberated? That is in this chapter it is totally dealt with. In this chapter, Arjuna, after hearing all these previous 17 chapters, he got a doubt. What is the doubt? In the 17 chapters, Arjuna was hearing about two words, that is karma sannyasam and tyagam. So many times he used to hear in these 17 chapters. So that's why he had got a doubt to have clarification between this sannyasam and tyagam. So that's why he has asked Lord Sri Krishna, Sannyasasya mahabaho sannyasasya maho tattvam ichchami veditum chagasya cha hrushikesha prudakkesya nishodhana. O mahabaho, sannyasa. Till now, Sri Krishna used to address Arjuna as Mahabaho. Now, Arjuna himself addressed Lord Sri Krishna, Sannyasasya Mahabaho, Tattvam Ichchami Veditum. I want to know the exact nature or the definition of this sannyasam. And Chagasya Hrushikesha. Hrishikesha means the lord of the senses. Hrishikesh. Hrishik means sense. So the lord, the master of the senses is Hrishikesha. Here the point which is above all these senses is called Hrishikesha point. That is Bhrumajjam. That is the center of the eyebrows, where the Lord Sri Krishna Paramatma is dwelling. So he is addressing Jagasya Hrishikesha Tattva Prudakkesya Nishodhana. O slayer of this Keshi, please tell me about the Chagam also. You please differentiate between the sannyasam and Chagam. Usually we will think that whatever the sannyasam is nothing but Chagam only. But there is a difference. There is a clear-cut difference between these two words, but finally they are one and the same. What is the difference? Now Paramatma is telling. Chagam means renunciation. Sannyasam is also renunciation. But what is the difference? Sri Bhagavan Vacha Kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo viduhu sarva karma falachagam prahuchagam chakshanaha. See, Paramatma is always telling about the great jnanis. Previously, the great jnanis, what they told, he is telling like this. Sannyasa karmanam kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo viduhu. One who abandons all these karmas which are desirous. The desirous karmas, if you abandon, that is called sannyasam. Sarva karma falachagam prahuchagam vichakshana. Regarding the definition of chagam, sarva karma falachagam. Irrespective of any karma, if you get rid of be detached from the fruits of all karmas, that is called chagam. So that means there is a difference between these two. See, simply abandoning all the desires, the kamyanam karmanam nyasam. There are so many karmas are there, actions are there, which are desirous. But some karmas are there, we don't have any fruits in the sense the karma phala. They are called nicha nimittika karmas. Nicha nimitta, suppose for example, Sanjya Vandanam is there. Sanjya Vandanam is a nicha karma. A nicha karma for the designed for the Brahmins and some Kshatriyas and some Vaishyas also. But it is not designed for the Sudras. But if here this is only this Sanjya Vandanam is a nimitta karma. It is not designed for any fruit. There is no fruit without any aspiration of the fruits. This Sanjya Vandanam, this is a nicha karma. Like that, there are Vaisvadevam, Agnihotram, all these things, these karmas, without aspiring for any fruit, all these karmas are designed for certain casts. So, kamyanam karmanam nyasam. These karmas will never come under kami karmas. They are nicha karmas. But in Uttaramimahamsa of Jaimini, it is clearly that even though some karmas are not meant for any result, fruits, but ultimate fruit of those karmas, nicha karmas, are nothing but heaven only. So, these Sanjya Vandanam and other karmas, they will, even though you are not doing for any fruit of that action, but ultimate result is heaven. Heaven. So, even discarding that heaven also, this will come under Chagam. So, there is a difference between the Chagam and Sannyasam. Sannyasam means just abandoning the kami karmas. But Chagam means including nicha karmas and nimitta karmas and other karmas, even though they don't have any fruits, ultimately they will give rise to heaven. The people who are doing these nicha karmas, they will go to heaven. So, leaving the heaven also, that will come under Chagam. So, there is a gross difference between sannyasam and Chagam. Chagam means sarva karma phala Chagam, including nimitta karmas. The fruits of the nimitta karmas also, if you renounce, that will come under Chagam. But there are some karmas there are karmas, nihita karmas, vihita karmas, and nishita karmas. They were, if you do those karmas, even those karmas also, if you renounce these fruits, that will come under chagam. But the sannyasa means simply abandoning the karmas, which are kami karmas. That is the difference between the two karmas, chagam and sannyasa. Now, in order to clarify these two words, Paramatma started telling. This is a very beautiful explanation by Sri Krishna Paramatma. Chajamum doshavidicheke karma prahur manishinaha yajjadana tapah karma nachajam iti chapare. Paramatma is never telling about his doership. He is not telling about his karta. But the great people have two schools of thought. That is, Chajum doshavadicheke karma prahur manishanaha. Some great jnanis, they say that if you do karma, that will give you evil result. That is evil. That means it will give you bad result. That's why you have to abandon the karmas. Just like Adi Shankaracharya, who established this Advaitam, he told in Viveka Chodamani, says, Sanyasya sarvakarmani bhavavanda vimuktaye. If you want to get salvation, you have to renounce all karmas. All karmas. That is the version of Adi Shankaracharya. But some other great people, they say that yajjidana tapakarma nachajam karyameva tat. That means some people, they are also jnanis. They say that yajjidana tapakarmas, these three karmas, that is yajna means sacrifice, dana means charity, and tapaha means austerity. Tapaha is of so many meanings, but usually in those days, that is prior to incarnation of Lord Sri Krishna, that is about in the Dwapara Yugam, prior to his incarnation, that is about more than 5,125 years prior to his incarnation, there used to be regular this yajjadana tapaha. Tapaha is there. In those days, the kings or emperors, they used to renounce their kingdom and hand over his kingdom to his son, and they will renounce everything, and they will go to forests or mountain caves, and they used to do penance. That is also, they say it is tapaha. So that tapaha doesn't mean that everybody should do this pranayama. In those days, pranayama was there, but the rest of, there are so many tapas are there. Even krucha chandraya tapasa, that means taking food according to the ups and downs of the moon, and like that there is observation in the diet principle that called krucha chandrayana tapas. That will also come under chandrayana tapas. But here Paramatma is now clarifying. Chagasya Hrishikesha Nischim Srunume Tatra Chage Bharatarshabha Chago hi Purusha Vyagra Trividham Samprakitataha. Now he is telling Nischim Srunume Tatra Chage Bharatarshabha. He has left the sannyasam. Sannyasam is simply abandoning the kami karmas. What about the chagam? Now he is telling about this chagam. Chajam Nischim Srunume Tatra Chage Bharatarshabha. Oh Arjuna, please hear me. I am deciding, I am confirming. Nischim Srunume Tatra Chage Bharataba Chago hi Purusha Vyagra Trividham Samparkitataha. This chagam, this renunciation of the karmafalas is of three types. Trividham Samparkitataha. That is, what are they? Yajjadana tapakarma nachajam karimeva tat yajjodana tapaschaiva pavanani manishna. Here also, Paramatma, there are three karmas. Mainly, yajna, dana, tapah, karma. Yajna means sacrifice, dana means charity, and tapaha means austerity. Austerity. Yajna, dana, tapah, karma. Nachajam karyameva tat. You should not leave them. You should not abandon them. Karyameva tat. You have to do. Yajnodana tapaschaiva pavanani manishinam. These are very much necessary for the manishinam. Manishinam means one who got control over the mind. One who has got control over the mind. Those who have got control over the mind, they are called manishinam. So specifically Paramatma is mentioning these yajna tapa dana tapa karmas are very particular for the manishna. But what about the rest of the people? They will cause bondage. They will cause bondage. Who are the manishna? In the second chapter, Paramatma told already, karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam chaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmukta padangachan chanamayam. In the second chapter, he said that karmajam buddhi yuktahi phalam chaktva manishinaha. Buddhi yuktaha, buddhi yuktaha, yuktaha, buddhi yogaha, yogaha, all these will come under yogam. So buddhi yuktaha means the person who does this yogam, is called buddhi yuktaha. Karmajam buddhi yuktaha phalam chaktva manishinaha. A yogi alone will leave away the fruits of the karmas. Karmajam buddhi yukta phalam chaktva manishinaha. The great people who did this yogam, they will leave away the karma phalas. Janma bandha vinirmukta. By leaving these karma phalas, they won't go to janma bandha. They will get away from the bondage of the janma, rebirth. Padangachan chanamayam. They will get the supreme abode of peace. So these yajna tapa karmas clearly meant for the manishinam, that is the yogis. Why they are specially meant for yogis? You know, yogis will never be attached for the karma phalas, fruits of the karmas. Rest of the people, they will be bonded. They will be bonded. But yajnodana tapaschaiva pavanana manishinam. Now he is telling etanyapati karmanam sangam chaktva phalanicha kartavyan itime partha nichitam matamuttamam. My final decision is that you should do these yajna dana tapaha, but provided you should be sangam chaktva phalanicha. You should abandon you should get away from the fruits of the karmas. Who will get away from the karmas? Fruits of the karma. Yukta karma phalam chaktva shantimapnoti naishthiki. Yuktaha means, in the 5th chapter, Paramatma told, Yuktaha means yogi, karma phalam chaktva, yogi alone will leave away the karma phalas. Shantim apnoti naishthiki. He will get the peace of mind. So only yogis will get away from these fruits of the karmas. How? Yogis will go inside and upwards. They will go inward. That is called Antarmukham. So Antarmukham pasyati chitsarupam. Those who enter inside, they are called yogis. For them, whatever they do outside, they will never be bonded. So yogis can never get bondage even for the yajna dana tapas. These three karmas. So that's why a person who does this yogam, he has to do this yajna dana tapa also, because he will never be bonded by these things. So for the sake of the world, he has to do. Even if he doesn't know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he is already reached that state. Whether he wants to do it or not, it is left to him. But usually the person who is doing this yogam will have to do this yajna dana tapas. But he has reached it, he can do it or he can skip off these karmas. एतान्यपि कर्माणं संगं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानि इति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्. So according to Lord Krishna, that's why at every function, any utsavam, that is for example yajnam or some other thing, after at the end of the yajnam or this tapaha, whatever the tapas they do, they will do this charity, that is annadanam, vastradanam, suvarnadanam, godanam, bhudanam, like that. All these charities they are doing. That's why in a tradition, at the end of every function, we will do this annadanam. Annadanam means, so according to the instruction of Lord Sri Krishna, one has to do this charity. That is the thing behind that. But regarding the Tyagam is of three types. Tyagam is of three types. Niyatas sannyasa karmana niyata karma sannyasa niyataha karmano nopapajyate mohat tasya parityagaha cha tamasa parikititaha. Niyatasya sannyasa karmanam nopapajyate. The obligatory karmas, the above karmas, yajnadana tapa karmas, they are obligatory. They will have to do. But mohatasya parityagaha, due to delusion, one who stops these three things, this will come under tyaga, tamasika tyagam. Mohatasya parityagaha tamasa parikitataha nitasya sanyaha karmana nopapajyate. That means that he thinks that the person who is with tamasam, he will think that this is this yajnadana tapa, they are improper, so I need not do, and he will decide and he won't do anything. That mohatasya parityaga, out of delusion he will get away from these three karmas. Again coming to the Rajasas Tyagam, dukkamicheva yat karmam kayikpesa bhayachajet sakrutvam Rajasam Tyagam naivatyagam phalam labhet. The second Tyagam, that is Rajasas Tyagam, dukkamicheva yat karma kayikpesa bhayachajet. The people who are afraid of this discomfort to this body, for fear of this discomfort to this body, and dukkamicheva yat karma kayikle, pain, because while doing this all this he has to suffer a lot by spending money and all other things. So thinking about all these strain and stress and discomfort to the body, out of fear he will stop these karmas, yajnadana tapa. That will come under Rajasas Tyagam. Rajasas Tyagam means, that is, this will come under Rajoguna Tyagam. Sakrutam Rajasas Tyagam naivatyagam phalam labhet. Actually the true Tyagam, the true renunciation will give you salvation, but this Rajasas Tyagam will never give you the result of that Tyagam. Now coming to the Sattvaguna Tyagam, karyamicheva yat karma nihitam kriyate arjuna sangam chaktva phalam chaiva sakyaga sattviko mataha. Now coming to the Sattvik Tyagam, he already concluded this has to be done, this ought to be done, this yajna or danam or tapaha, these three karmas are not only these three karmas, whatever the karma they do, he has decided it should be done, it has to be done. But one thing, sangam chaktva phalam chaiva, that is very, very important. Say Lord Sri Krishna was very kind enough among us. Why? Because in those days people used to go to penance by leaving all these karmas in the household affairs. So they used to simply go to forests. But Paramatma was very kind enough. Even if you are a householder or if you are in other varna ashramas, when you are in other varnashramas also, you can, if you are with this total renunciation of the fruits of the karmas, you can go to salvation. You can get liberated from this bondage. That's why Paramatma is more kind enough towards the people who are householders. That's why this book, this Bhagavad Gita, this is the topmost, it is the supreme philosophical book available on the earth. Why? Because starting from the layman to the jnani, starting from the religious people to irreligious people, starting from pravrutti people to nivrutti. So like that, everybody can adopt this Bhagavad Gita. This is applicable. This is for every man. This is applicable. If you get any question, you will get the answer in the Bhagavad Gita. There is no question left without the answer that is there in Bhagavad Gita. But one thing, to get the answer for that question, one should be profound enough to should have practical background and should have theoretical knowledge also. One should have practical yogam and theory also. Then only he can give answer. Rest of the people, even though they question, they cannot get proper answer in this Bhagavad Gita, but every question is answered in Bhagavad Gita. That's why this Bhagavad Gita is supreme to all the philosophical books. Some books, they will simply tell the complete renunciation. Some books, just like this Pravrutti Vedas, they say Agama Shastram, other things, they will simply tell the Pravrutti, just to enjoy the worldly life and afterwards going to heaven, and like that they will ultimately lead to wheel of this birth and death cycle. Death cycle. But this Bhagavad Gita tells about both the things, both pravrutti and nivrutti, and ultimately after pravrutti doesn't mean that simply going into wheel of this birth and death. While you are in pravrutti, you should adopt the principles of the nivrutti also. That is the main essence of Bhagavad Gita. Yukta karma phalam chakva means when you are doing pravrutti karma, if you do yogam, you will go to nivrutti. So it is a combination of both pravrutti and nivrutti that is told in this Bhagavad Gita. Karyamicheva yat karman hite krite arjuna sangam chaktva phalanchaiva satchagit sattuko mataha. This chagam means chagam, that is renunciation of the fruit of the karmas, provided you should do that. It is a must karma. What is that must karma? That is nothing but tatte karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshasya subhat. That is told in 4th chapter Bhagavad Gita. That is yogam. That karma which will you leave away the karma phalam is called, that is the art karma, that is the must karma. You decide this must karma and do it, and while doing this you can do this yajjadana tapa, other karmas also. That is the renunciation of the sattvika chagam. This will come under sattvika chagam. Now coming to the rajasa chagam. Yattu kamepsina karma sa ahankarena va punaha krite bahulayasam tatsyagam rajasam. Yattu kamepsina karma. Whatever the karma, the action they do, they are with the aim of longing for the fruits of the karmas. Kamepsina karma. They are longing for the fruit of karma. So whatever, even if you do yajnam, even if you do charity or tapasa, but they do for the fruit of that karma only. So here yajnam, tapas, dhanam also, they will also give him bondage for the person who does this rajasas chagam. Rajasas chagam. Yatsu kamepsina karma sa ahankarave punaha. That means if he does this any karma, he will aspire for the fruit of that, and also it will lead you to ahankaram. You will start with ahankaram, with ego, and it ultimately ends in ego also. Sa ahankarenva punaha. Again, it will lead him to this this egoism. Yattu kamepsana karma sa ahankarave va punaha krite bahulayasam. He will spend so much, he will have to strain much. Krite Bahulayasam. Bahulayasam means he will spend so much energy, but for the result of the fruit of the karma. So that will come under this Rajas Chagam. That will also never lead you to salvation. That will never lead you to salvation. So one should get rid of this fruit of the karma. That is only by doing yoga sadhana, and then you can do yajadana tapas. Like that. Now coming to the tamasika tyagam. Anubandham kshayam himasa anapekshasa paurusham mohatasya paricyaga tamasa parikirtitaha. Anubandham kshayam himsa, the person who is with tamasika jnanam, tamasika, the tamoguna people, anubandham kshayam himsa, whatever the amount is going to be spent, he doesn't mind, and whatever the injury or the violence happen to the creatures, anybody, he won't mind. Anubandham kshayam himsa anapekshasa paurusham. He cannot estimate the ability. He will start this karma, but he doesn't know the ability. At what level he can perform this, he cannot estimate that. That, for example, if it earns into so much amount, but without his eligibility or ability, he will immediately start it. So that anapekshasa paurusham, without knowing the ability of his own energy, he will start it. So this tamasika tyagam, anubantam kshayam himsa, that means the spending of energy and money and injuring to the violence to the others and for himself also. Anubandham kshayam himsa anapekshasa mohatasya paricyaga. But leaving all these things, if he does this, with all these things, if we want to do this karma, that chagam also, if he does this, that will come under tamoguna chagam. That means he has got all these qualities, but he wants to leave away these karma. That chagam is also will never yield you to salvation. So chagam should be there, but his mind should not be on that fruit of the karma, only for the sattvika chagi. Sattvam means sattvat sanjayate jnanam, tapasa prapite sattvam. Tapasa means that tapaha manasas chindriyanancha nancha yadaikagram param tapaha. Manasu indriya and mind and the senses combining, that is called yogam. So the pranayam alone will combine both the mind and the senses, that is called tapas. That tapas will lead you to sattvam. That sattvam, if you do that, with that you will have leave away the fruits of this, that is called sattvika chagam. Sattvika chagam. So all these three